It is 4 years now since the Taliban took control in Afghanistan. How do you think you're doing?
For the past 4 years, Afghanistan has experienced relative peace and stability under a unified government. Security has improved, and there are visible signs of economic recovery and development efforts taking shape. These are encouraging achievements for our country. However, we still face considerable economic challenges. After 4 decades of continuous conflict, Afghanistan's recovery cannot be realised within just 4 years. Despite these difficulties, the current period represents an opportunity.
Currently, only one country recognises your government, Russia. Do you care about your legitimacy problem?
The question of legitimacy has been resolved. Afghanistan is an Islamic country, and an Islamic government has been established here legitimately. It is not only Russia that has openly recognised the Islamic Emirate. There are several other countries that have extended recognition, though not publicly. Their ambassadors are present in Afghanistan, and our ambassadors are stationed in those countries, maintaining regular diplomatic and economic exchanges.
Recently, the internet was shut down for 48 hours across Afghanistan, a whole country unable to go online and to use their phones. We've had no official explanation for why that massive shutdown took place. Can you now explain what the reason was?
At present, we have not received any official communication from the Ministry of Telecommunications. Therefore, we are not in a position to comment on the matter. We will share our views once further details are provided.
Telecom firms in Afghanistan say that they were officially ordered to shut down services. Do you accept that? And did the order come from the Supreme Leader?
As I mentioned earlier, we will discuss this matter further once the Ministry of Telecommunications announces its policy.
It did cause massive disruption. Aid agencies condemned it, human rights activists, flights were cancelled, banks were shut, hospitals found it very hard too. Ordinary Afghans struggling. Do you regret that disruption and the anxiety it caused?
At times, internet services may be temporarily disrupted due to certain issues or while technical teams work to resolve specific challenges. This does not mean the disruption is permanent, and as you can see, the issue has already been resolved.
Recently, you've released a British couple, Barbie and Peter Reynolds. They were detained in Afghanistan for 8 months. They were never charged and they were never told why they were being held. The British government say they weren't either. Can you now explain the reason that they were detained?
What can be said is that both individuals had violated the laws of Afghanistan, which was the main reason for their detention. They were subsequently released in accordance with the court's order after completing the duration of their sentence.
No charges were ever brought against them, though. What law exactly did they violate?
They were informed about the matter. However, it is entirely up to them if they choose not to comment.
When you came to power, you said you'd respect women's rights and that many of the restrictions that you placed on women and girls were temporary. We're 4 years down the line now. Girls over 12 still can't go to non-Islamic schools. Will they ever be allowed to? And if so, when?
Well, I cannot make any promises as this matter falls under the responsibility of the Ministries of Education and of Higher Education. I'm not fully informed about the progress they have made towards resolving this issue. In general, our society faces a range of challenges that must be addressed based on priority. The Islamic Emirate has already taken certain measures regarding this, and we remain hopeful that an appropriate solution will be found in due course.
Restrictions on women and girls are edicts drafted and published by your government. You say you want to solve things. Why not stop issuing them?
I have already pointed out that all matters will be handled in accordance with Islamic Sharia.
In Sharia law, though, there is no ban on girls going to school over the age of 12, is there?
We have qualified Islamic scholars who will deliberate on this matter and find an appropriate solution in accordance with Islamic Sharia.
Women can no longer train to be doctors or nurses. What did your government think that would do to help Afghanistan?
We take all necessary measures to address issues in accordance with Islamic Sharia and the social structures of our society. Thankfully, we have a sufficient number of female doctors, and we are confident that this matter will be resolved at the appropriate time.
The economy of Afghanistan is in crisis. In our time here, we've seen many malnourished babies. Do you accept that your government needs to do more to tackle the problem?
The economic crisis affects not only children but the entire population. This situation is the result of decades of conflict and 2 major invasions that devastated Afghanistan's infrastructure and economy. We have had to start from zero to rebuild and restore our national resources.
Do you accept, though, if more women could work and earn money, they'd find it a lot easier to feed their babies?
First of all, Afghanistan's social structure is such that most family economic responsibilities traditionally rest with men. A nationwide survey would show that, while a small number of urban families may differ, in the vast majority of households, men remain the primary providers, a social norm that has continued through generations.
Now, Donald Trump recently made clear that he wants Bagram Air Base returned to the US. Is there any possibility that that will happen, and have there been any talks, any deals struck?
Under the Doha Agreement, the United States agreed not to interfere in Afghanistan's internal affairs, and that commitment must be respected. Afghanistan is an independent, sovereign nation. Its territory belongs to the Afghan people, and we will determine our own course without yielding to external pressure.
Is it still a possibility that Bagram is handed over to the US?
Afghans will never allow their land to be handed over to anyone under any circumstances. Afghanistan has been tested in the past, and we believe that the failed approaches of previous years should not be repeated.
There's been a lot of speculation recently. Have you made any agreements with the US? Any progress on, for instance, lifting sanctions or embassies being reopened, either here in Kabul or in Washington?
Yes, we have discussed this matter, and we wish to see the embassies reopened in both Kabul and in Washington. Establishing diplomatic relations and rebuilding an atmosphere of mutual trust will serve the interests of both countries and contribute to positive engagement.